So last week on the channel, you guys really seemed to enjoy the idea of having a themed week. Last week we did Atlantis week, and this week I asked you guys what theme you would like to see on the channel. And you guys decided that you wanted to see Hell Week, which basically means that we are going to be spending a ton of time this week in the Nether trying to get some of our Nether projects done. But in honor of using the term Hell Week, which is the 4th week of basic conditioning for our Navy SEALs, I actually plan on donating all of the proceeds from this week's videos to the Navy SEAL Foundation. Anyway, guys, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get my picks enchanted up, back fully mended, and then we're going to start with Hell Week. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I have my tools mended up now. I want to go ahead and check our gold supply here, though, because this farm is by no means working as fast as it used to. It used to be just insane the amount of gold that you could get here in an hour, but now it seems to be running much slower in 1.14.3, even though we have upgraded to pre-release 4, where they supposedly fixed the zombie pigmen. But it seems like they have fixed the aggro mechanics, but maybe the zombie pigmen just aren't spawning in quite as much. So I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with zombie pigmen at the current moment, but I'm hoping that it gets resolved to where that farm starts working a little bit better. But anyway, let's go ahead and head down to our portal area here. And we actually have been doing a ton of work over on my Twitch live stream. I have cleared out this entire area that we had laid out a few episodes back for our Nether hub. So as you can see here, I started half slabbing this area, mob proofing it with the Nether Bricks. This is not going to be what stays here permanently. Eventually we will design this area, but for right now I'm just trying to dig it out and mob proof it. So let me go ahead and explain kind of my idea for this area. And pulling this off may be a little bit more difficult than you might think. So basically my idea is going to be a red crystal and black crystal cave. So I want this area to be very dark, very moody, have a bunch of glass kind of chunks made out here that looks like crystals. And then I also want lava pouring down. So I want this area to look very, very spooky looking. And I also want to extend our nether portals down to the floor, make them a little bit bigger, and I'll probably extend them to 3 wide as well. I also may reorient the nether portals as well, maybe move them over a couple blocks. I'll probably center this one with the actual nether portal room, so put it somewhere here or something like that, just so that it is more in the center of the room here. I'll probably also make it a little bit bigger as well. But yeah, we got all of this area cleared out, started half slabbing it so that it is mob proof, but we still have a ton of work to do here. The next thing that I want to do is work on digging out all of this netherrack here, because I would like to leave the bedrock ceiling as our ceiling for the nether hub here, because it's not very often that you get to use bedrock as like a decorative block, because as you know, you can't break or place bedrock in Minecraft. So if there's a way that we can use the naturally generated bedrock that is already here as our ceiling, I think that'll look really cool. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out a couple of layers of the netherrack here to where we expose the bedrock in kind of a jagged fashion. And I also think that that will add a lot to the cave feel that we're trying to go for here. Now, I'm not going to remove all of the netherrack from these areas because I think leaving it a little bit splotchy, kind of like it is right above the portal, I think that leaving it a little bit splotchy adds for a little bit of depth and detail to this area. So I think I'm going to leave some of the netherrack in the ceiling. I'm not going to completely get rid of it. But yeah, that is something that we are going to be working on this week. I'll probably be clearing out the rest of this area in a Twitch live stream, as well as mob proofing the rest of this area. But something that we need to work on is actually getting a Nether Wart farm, because if I want to build with any type of red nether brick, I'm gonna have to have some of that in order to craft it. So I guess let me go ahead and show you guys how to create red nether brick by going back into the overworld and grabbing some Nether Wart. Alrighty, ladies and gents, back here in the overworld, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to create some of this red nether brick. So basically what you're going to do is take some nether bricks that you can get by smelting netherrack, put it in the crafting table just like so, and then take some nether wart and just place it at the other diagonals. Then you get a block called red nether bricks. If we go ahead and place this down, you can see that it looks just like the regular nether brick blocks that you can get from a fortress, but this has kind of a reddish tint to it from the nether wart. And it's actually a really pretty block to build with in the nether, but it is not naturally spawning anywhere in the nether. It only can be crafted. So in order to get a ton of this stuff, you're going to need a relatively big nether wart farm. So what I did was in my Twitch live stream, I went ahead and created a really big nether wart farm. And what are these guys doing? Place this on hold for a second. What are you doing, boys? Hello? You are interrupting my video. Please die. Thank you. Get off my back, broski. Oh, you're coming at me? Come at me then. I got a trident. I got range, bro. You're dead. Nice. Go ahead and kill this guy. I'm actually going to kill them all. Also, something else that I didn't mention for you guys. I actually got myself a brand new sword. This is a brand new sword called Slicer. And this thing is a beast. I'll go ahead and show you guys the enchantments here in just a second. Go ahead and kill all of these guys off. Nice. All right, so that is another one of these ominous banners gotten. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Slicer. This is an extremely good sword. It is Unbreaking 3, Fire Aspect 2, Knockback 2, Sharpness 5, Sweeping Edge 3, Looting 3, and Mending. This is pretty much the best sword that you can get in the entire game. And what are you guys doing? I thought I killed all of you. Come here. I'm ready, broski. I'm ready. You're dead. Nice. Anyway, back to the nether wart farm. So I created this over in my Twitch live stream. And nether wart is one of those plants in Minecraft that you cannot do. I got so many arrows in me. Oh, I look ridiculous. Anyway, back to the nether wart. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna get this talked about eventually. Anyway, nether wart. Nether wart is one of those plants that you cannot automatically regrow and place down inside of Minecraft. So basically this has to be done completely manually. You also cannot bone meal nether wart. So basically the only way to farm this stuff is in mass quantity and by just simply waiting. You can't do much else. So what I did here was I created a couple of soul sand platforms and placed nether wart on them. And then all the way at the top up here, I went ahead and waterlogged some trapdoors and I have them powered. So they are holding back water all the way down. If I go down here and I flip this lever at the bottom, basically all of the water is going to run down. And as you can see, it is breaking all of the nether wart. It will come into a line of hoppers down here and it will end up in all of these chests down here. Now, the only way for us to reset up this farm is by taking nether wart out, going along here, and replacing down all of the nether wart. So it is very, very much a semi-automatic farm. Basically, the only thing that is automatic about this is the actual harvesting of the nether wart. Other than that, basically this is a manual farm for the most part. So nothing too special here. It's just, yeah, it's kind of bland. It's kind of bland. But we are getting a ton of nether wart out of this. We're getting, I think, somewhere around, I don't know, about 1,000 nether wart per harvest here. So not bad. And that is also counting the replant. So a fair amount of nether wart is being gotten from this farm. So all I have to do here is wait for it to regrow and then we can harvest it again. Now this, I decided to build this next to my sugarcane farm over there because while I am waiting for the nether wart to grow, I will also be waiting for the sugarcane to grow because they are both relatively slow. They both cannot be bone mealed in order to grow them faster. So both of these are basically just an AFK waiting game. So if I'm waiting AFK for one, I might as well be AFK waiting for the other. So I decided to put them both right next to each other. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to replant this farm, and then I'm probably going to run our sugarcane farm because as you can see, it is fully grown as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make a cut here, and I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gents, so this farm is completely replanted, and as you can see, we still have some nether wart that is being transported into the chests over here. So this thing is pretty awesome. It creates a lot of nether wart for us. I mean, once again, there's no way to completely automate this, so it's just kind of a waiting game, but when we do harvest it, we get a ton of nether wart out of it. So it's not too bad. I like the simplicity of the farm, and you know what? It's really going to help us out for getting some of that red nether brick that we need. I'm going to go ahead and run this automatic sugarcane farm, though, and let all of this sugarcane go ahead and be harvested as well. Nice. Anyway, I also have a couple of other projects that I need to work on for Nether Week here, or Hell Week. So let me go ahead and start planning those out, and I will bring you guys back here in just a minute. Alright, so another thing that I want to work on for Hell Week is getting a Wither Skeleton Skull farm going. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, but just haven't really had the time to do so. So this week for Hell Week, I want to at least get it started, and hopefully we'll get this thing finished. Now, as many of you know... Ow. Really, dude? Are you kidding me? Where are you at? Eat trident! No! Give me my trident back! Get away! No! Everything's on fire! Die! How am I missing you? Get wrecked, mate! Die in a hole! There's another one! No! No! Everything is burning. Everything is burning. Huggaba! Nice. Huh. Got him. Huh. Why are you guys invulnerable to my trident today? Die. Nice. Perfect. All right. You. Huggaba. Oh, you lucky you moved. Can I have my trident back, please? There we go. No, leave me alone. Ow! Stop. Nice! All right, perfect. Oh. What was I saying? I need a minute. Okay, so back to what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by all of those ghasts. As many of you know, my Nether Fortress that we currently know about and that we currently have a blaze farm set up at is way away. And also, it doesn't really have a good area in order to build a Wither Skeleton Skull farm. So what I did was I actually went out and explored the Nether in this direction to see if we could find a Nether Fortress that was a bit closer. And I did find one over on my Twitch live stream, and I actually made a tunnel to it that we can access. What are you doing? Why is everything mad at me today? I've done nothing to you. I've done nothing. Leave me alone. Good job. Okay, so since I keep getting interrupted constantly, let me just give you the long and short of it. I made a tunnel to a new Nether Fortress. That way we can build a Wither Skeleton farm. And I've had enough of the Nether, and I want to go back up where it's safe, and that I can go to that tunnel and go to the new Nether Fortress. I've had enough of the Nether today. So in the middle of me recording this video, the latest release 1.14.3 is done. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our world, and I'll see you guys on the other side of this update. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and we are in 1.14.3, the official release. And also, it seems that my FPS has gone up since installing this, so that is awesome. But anyway, guys, back on with the episode. We are over here at our brand new Nether Fortress that we found. And as you can see, this thing is pretty huge. But before we go down there, I'm actually going to take a potion of fire resistance because we're going to do some flying around down there. So let's go ahead and float down. And as you can see, this is a relatively big Nether Fortress. Not to mention, this thing is also above a massive lava lake, which is going to be super good for us because that means it's going to be less of an area that we have to slab up in order to prep this area for a wither skeleton skull farm. But as you can see, there are a ton of wither skeletons, a ton of blaze already spawned around in this area, and that is because the conditions are amazing. So the area that I actually want to use for our farm is actually right here. I want to use this crossroads here because it is the one that is the most over the lava lake. So basically, we don't have to do anything in this direction over here for the most part. We don't really have to do that much in this direction. So really, we would only have to go ahead and slab up one area of this farm. So not bad at all. This is actually a pretty good area for a farm. I'm actually going to come right at this guy. Come here, dude. Bring it on. Get wrecked. You're dead. Nice. I actually wish, though, I kind of wish that there was a crossroad in a slightly better location. Like if there was a crossroad right out here, this would be even better, but sadly, this is just a walkway, so that's not good, but at least that one is relatively decent. It's relatively near the center of a lava lake, so I'm actually going to use this right here as the center of our farm for wither skeletons. So I'm going to go ahead and place some type of block that will help me really distinguish that this is the area of our future wither skeleton skull farm. I'm actually going to walk around here for a few minutes because I see a ton of wither skeletons, and I can currently ignore these blazes since I have a potion of fire resistance, and I can just kill some of these guys off and see if we can get lucky enough to get another skull. I actually killed like 2 yesterday and immediately got a skull, which was absolutely amazing, but doesn't look like we're going to get that lucky today. Yeah. Wait, there's actually some spawned over there where the crossroads actually are, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and kill those guys. There are actually 2 crossroads side by side here, but that doesn't particularly matter because the farm that I am building is actually designed by Logical Geek Boy, and he's another great content creator here on the platform, but his design is going to work for 1 crossroad, and that's all that we're going to need to have pretty much max rates for this area, especially if we get everything really good and cleared out and really prepped for this. This will be a perfect area for this farm. Let's go ahead and fly around a little bit more, see if we see any more wither skeletons. Yeah, we got a couple over here. I'm going to go ahead and kill those guys off. I would really like to get a beacon or something like that set up over here. That way, oh, come here, buddies. Come here. Relax. Relax. We're good. Okay. Hey, man. You chillax yourself. All right, let's go after this dude. Come here, dude. Oh, come on. There we go. Boom! And boom, boom! Nice. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this location. I'm going to be taking care of most of this on streams this week, so if you don't follow me on my Twitch page, make sure that you do. But we have a huge area here that we actually need to slab up. I actually have installed a couple of data packs into our world here so that we can see what area we need to slab up. So I'm going to go ahead and reload our world here with those data packs, and then I'll show you guys how much work we actually have to do around here. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I now have the data pack installed. We don't really play around with data packs too much in this series, but this one is going to be extremely useful to us when making this perimeter. So this data pack is actually from Vanilla Tweaks, which was made by YouTube's own Exumavoid. And basically what this pack does is allows us to see the area in which mobs will spawn around the player. So if I go ahead and I run the command function ss create blue sphere, what this is going to do is create a couple of entity spheres around the player. Now, these spheres are not able to be interacted with. These blocks cannot be broken. They cannot be messed with in any way. They are just in order to map out the area. So if we go ahead and head out here, you'll see that there are some dark blue blocks and there are also some light blue blocks. Let's go ahead and talk about the dark blue blocks first. This is a 24 block sphere around where the player was centered. So this is an area, if I was to stand here on top of this block, inside of this dark blue sphere, there will be no mobs spawning. So as you can see, if you see the pigmen around, things like that, as you can see, they're not going to be spawning inside of this blue sphere. In fact, no mobs will be able to spawn inside of this blue sphere unless you have like a spawner or something like that. Now let's talk about the light blue sphere that you can see out here. The light blue sphere is 128 blocks away from the player. What that is the area in which mobs can spawn around a player. So as you can see, like out there, there is a couple of pigmen. That is totally fine. That is exactly where this sphere says they should be able to spawn. So basically what we have to do in order to make this area completely spawn proof for our farm is we have to get rid of all of the blocks inside of this light blue sphere. That's going to be a ton of work, which is why it's going to be happening over on my Twitch live stream. But I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys this data pack and let you guys know that we have it installed. That way you guys know kind of how we're going to be doing this. And also so you guys know that there's no cheatiness going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and run the command ss remove blue sphere. And what this is going to do is reload without any of those entities in the area. As you can see, wasn't able to pick anything up, wasn't able to cheat in any way. It just lets us know how far we need to half slab this area in order for us to make our farm. However, I don't like all of these blazes around. Oh man, this is not good. Oh no, there's wither skeletons coming now. I can't deal with both. We're out of here, boys. Let's go ahead and head back up here to our platform. We are done in this area for right now. There we no. We're gonna die. Hold on. Let's get some health up here. Can I land back on this platform without dying? That would be great. Perfect. Got it. Nailed it. Can't even be stopped. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to head back to my base. And we are going to be working on that kind of on our live stream whenever we have some time. We really need to prep that area before we build the farm. So that is going to be something that I'm going to be working on slowly over time. Let's go ahead and head back to the Nether, though, and I am going to talk about a couple of the other data packs that I have installed on the world. Alright, so while I'm on my very long run back to the Nether Hub, I guess I'll go ahead and explain some of the data packs that we have installed into the world now. So I actually asked my Discord how they felt about data packs to see if they thought they were cheaty or anything like that, and most everybody that was in the Discord said that as long as they are decorative and they don't really change the game in any way, then they are completely fine with data packs. So some of the data packs that I have installed is things like customizable armor stands, which will allow us to position armor stands in different positions to where you can have like armor stands fighting each other. You can decorate the armor stands with items and things like that. I think that that's a really cool data pack and will allow us to make different like statues and dioramas in this area. Just something that I think is going to be really cool and really interesting to add some more decoration to this area. So if I were to say kill this magma cube now, we should also be able to get some mob heads. So I included the data pack more mob heads. And what this will do is whenever you kill creatures, you will have a slight chance of gaining one of their mob heads that you can put on an armor stand or wear yourself or anything like that. This is another decorative pack. This is not something that is going to change the game in any way. In fact, if you guys are worried about wither skeleton skulls, I can also let you know that the skulls that you get from the data pack and the skulls that you get from the actual wither skeleton are two very different skulls in the data pack. So there's no cheatiness about this data pack. It's just, once again, another decorative thing. One of the other data packs that I installed was double shulker shells. This is so whenever you kill a shulker box, you are guaranteed to get a shulker box. So this is something that a lot of the big servers use because most Minecraft players agree that shulker shells are pretty much, they're kind of broken. It doesn't make sense that you kill a shulker box and then you have a 1/3 chance, or I think it may be a little bit higher than that, but it's pretty low to get one shulker shell, which isn't even enough for a shulker box. So I included that. This is a data pack that is used on Hermitcraft and a ton of other servers. It's kind of become vanilla for Java edition of the game. And then the last data pack that I have on the world is the anti-Enderman griefing. This is just so that Endermen are not picking up the blocks from our builds and bringing them all over the world and destroying our builds. So those are all of the data packs that I have installed, and that is all of the data packs that I will be installing into this world, because everything else is, well, it's kind of cheaty. It's kind of cheaty. So I just added in double shulker shells, more mob heads, the spawning spheres that you've already seen, customizable armor stands, and anti-Enderman griefing. And that is all that we have for our world. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be where I wrap up today's episode. I've shown you guys the Nether Hub. I've shown you guys the Nether Wart farm. I've shown you guys the future place of our Wither Skeleton farm. And now I need to get to work clearing out all of these areas, getting things prepped up. But at least you guys know exactly what we're working on now. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for day 1 of Hell Week. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.